Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Tuesday, January 9th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL action this Tuesday afternoon. We got the Seattle Kraken release the Kraken, defend the deep versus the Buffalo Sabres. Puck drop will be here momentarily in just a couple minutes, and then we'll end up having some NHL action for, I would say, probably for the rest of the week until we end up getting close to the weekend where we get into the NFL playoffs. But for the time being, since Michigan ended up beating Washington in the Natty, we got the Kraken and Sabres today. Tomorrow, we're going to go the Golden Knights and the Avalanche at 7 on the back-to-back of a doubleheader with the Wild and Stars. On the first game of TNT tomorrow, Golden Knights and Avalanche at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so we'll do that tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to get back to doing the Kraken at 4 against the Caps and Alexander Ovechkin. Friday, we'll either take the day off or possibly do the Predators and the Stars. And then Saturday, we're going to go into playoff NFL action as well as Sunday. Thank you, Sarah, for helping out on the Twitter/X side. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter/X as well. And I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Megan with a tenner to get us started off on a good note. I appreciate you. Defend the deep. Points scored in 10 straight. It feels really good being a Kraken fan right now. Let's go, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $10 holla. Let me know what favorite players of the Kraken you want me to throw up. And I got you. Or if you want some Seahawks instead, whatever you want, I got you. I appreciate you very, very much. They're in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. A little early of a start for us. Normally, we don't start at 4 o'clock Pacific time. It's usually closer to 5, 6, or 7 o'clock. But, I don't mind it. It'll give me more time. We have a lot of rain here in Oregon. So I've already gotten rained on a couple times today. So if we can get a walk in, before it gets to being like 9, 10 o'clock at night, like I normally take Paisley, I will be able to avoid a torrential downpour for my last walk of the night with the Paisley Pup. All right, baby, let's go. Oh, that sucks to hear. But we do appreciate you and all your support. $10. Let's get to a hundo, 90 to go. And let's get, you got some snow coming your way? It's crazy, too. At the very last second after that original thumbnail that I had up, I went to go format it. And I usually hop on about 45 minutes, to get everything prepped with the tag words, the stream, linking up Twitter/X. And that original thumbnail that I sent you wasn't going to fit. So I was like, oh, shit. So then I had to hurry and try to make another quick thumbnail, this one here, with a different background. And luckily, I was able to get everything formatted and set up with about 5 minutes to spare. So you never know. You have everything prepped. You think everything is good. And then you're about to hop in the stream. And then you upload the thumbnail and figure out that it doesn't fit properly. And then I'm like back to square one. But luckily, I ended up checking with 30 minutes to go. Because if I would have checked 5 minutes to go, then we would have definitely been late for this stream. But I figured it turned out pretty good. Matty Benez on the left, Buffalo Sabres on the right. I see you, baby. Let's go. And then the next thumb, obviously, as we get into later on in the week, I will be trying to find a good Joey Decord image. And then we're going to have Joey Decord, obviously, on the thumb also. Mr. Williams, I know you don't really like hockey, but you love your boy. You love O-Dog and Paisley Pup, and we appreciate you with the support. Bills are starting to come up, so it feels good to be able to get some love and some support. And thank you so much. $50 dono, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. And your boy's grinding every single day. I got to be able to find something to do. No days off. I appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. Thank you so much. What a good start. And you know what? I was hoping that these type of results were going to happen. But, there's been days where, me and Sarah, have grinded it out, for 3-4 hours on the channel. And, sometimes minimal results. So thank you so much for setting the tone early with the tenor before the matchup even starts. And then we get Mr. Williams coming through. You know, it's kind of crazy, too. I was thinking about you today. I didn't know if you were going to show up, but kind of funny how that ends up working out. Appreciate you very, very much. $50 dono, $20 dono, $20 more dollars to hit the goal. Bang, 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 boom, 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 bang, bang. Appreciate you. And I'll get some photos up for you as well if you want some like Rams photos, Dodger photos, Shohei Ohtani, whatever you want. You let me know. I don't know how long you're going to be able to stay, if it's a drive-by dono or not, but just let me know in the chat. That way I can get pictures appropriately put up and in an appropriate amount of time. Let's go. Oh, heck yeah. Get that puck. Get that puck. That would be so sweet. Odin's in the building. What's good? He said playing NHL on the PS4. Nice. Nice. I don't got a PS4 anymore since I gave mine away to my old boss. But I do have a PS2. I got a PS1, 2, and 3, but I play the 2 the most. That and Nintendo 64. So I'm definitely aging myself. $80. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. We miss you, man. We appreciate you, and it's always good to be able to get a friendly face and someone that we is a big contributor on the channel, but a better friend off the channel as well. So I appreciate you. Megan with a tour. Oh, yeah. Get that puck. Signed puck, too. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang. So before, the matchup is going to start here in a second. I hope that you're doing okay, Odin, and hopefully things will get a little bit better for you. But how long are you able to stay in the room, Mr. Williams, and Megan as well? Because I want to make sure that I can, get you guys photos in an appropriate amount of time. I'll start with Megan first, since she was the first dono. So I'll just start going through some of the photos that I have, even though I accidentally deleted like 3,000 or like 3,500 photos, which I didn't mean to do. So there'll be a little bit more work that I'll have to do to get those back on point. But I do appreciate you guys very much. You guys are the best. I love you. Mr. Williams with a double dono, and I appreciate it too because I do have my Ziply bill for the internet that is going to be due in like a couple days. So you definitely saved me with that dono. I appreciate you very much. Mr. Williams doing Mr. Williams thing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And it's always good to get a little bit on the Cash App and a little bit through the Super Chat, because I normally get a little bit more on the Super Chat side as of late. But as you know, being a human being on planet Earth, EARFF, sometimes you need money right away to pay a bill. And thank you so much. Appreciate you. Here we go. Mr. Williams with a trifecta of donos, the only person on the channel that double dipped, and we appreciate that. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little bit of cactus jack, bang, bang. And coincidentally, that's around the amount that I have to pay for my internet bill. I think my internet bill is like $75 a month for the gig service. So you are a godsend. I love you. I was hoping that I was going to be able to get at least 70 to 100 on Cash App between now and probably Thursday. And that helps out tremendously. So that way I can continue to do my dream. Aiden in the building. What's good? How are you? Let's go, baby. Release the Kraken. And let me start getting some photos up here real quick. And I'll be able to continue the photo drop as we go throughout the broadcast. And then, Mr. Williams, if you got to go, let me know. So that way I can squeeze some of those in for you if you are only on a, kind of drive-by dono basis, because I know how busy you typically get. Appreciate you, Megan, starting it off with the tenor. And we'll have more as we go through. I just like to be respectful of the people's time, and I know some people don't give a shit about the photos. I know with Megan, sometimes you want them, sometimes you don't care. Sometimes you'll give them to someone else and you don't want them. Mr. Williams, sometimes want something, or most of the time maybe doesn't really care, but I just do it because you guys are amazing. And I just like being able to showcase things that you like. All right, let me throw up a Shohei Ohtani, at least like for the time being, or something Rams related for you. So Dodger related. And then you let me know when you're here, and then that way I can throw up the photos and you can actually see them. Oh, baby, let's go. Thank you so much for your generosity. It means a lot. All right, we're getting ready to the puck drop. Let's go, Kraken. Tata, Benitez, I see you. Oh, yeah. We're going to be celebrating that. This Dodger logo, this Dodger logo, this Dodger logo, and then maybe some spinning Dodger logos in the future. Let's go. Appreciate you, Mike. You guys are electric, and I love you, and I appreciate you. Let's go. Kraken and Sabres. 4 o'clock start. Let's go, baby. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I already have to hit you with the thank yous. So boom shakalaka, a thank you there, a boom shakalaka. And even if I tell you on stream, it's not enough. You know what I mean? I know for some people, they don't even get a thank you. So, whether it be on stream or off stream, but I have to hit the two goats with the thank yous. It means a lot. Thank you so much. And that definitely is a little bit of a relief now. So now I don't have to worry as much in the next couple days on how am I going to pay the internet bill. And it's like we have been getting, it seems like as of late, more days of positivity on the dono side. But most of them have been on the Cash App side by people like Megan and Reflect, who have really been holding it down. Reflect, Mr. Williams, and Megan, and Meg from Oregon, Cyberpunk, Odin's son, Sarah. So, the kind of the majority of the people that have been holding it down normally, and it does mean a lot. Thank you so much. And I'll get you some more photos when I know that you're going to be in the room and you let me know. Good save. And if you got anything that you want to see specifically, Rams players like Puka, anything like that, you let me know, Mr. Williams. You want Otani, you want some of your new players that you received on the Dodgers. You want some Rams players. You want Stafford, whatever you're feeling, you let me know, and I got you. Same thing with you, Megan. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You guys already made this day a success right out of the gates, and that's always the best feeling. The worst feeling is, streaming an hour and a half, 2 hours out of like a 3-hour stream or 4-hour stream, and you're at zero. Then you kind of feel hopeless and think that it's never going to happen unless you get that magical goat that comes at the end and then kind of saves the day, which sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. So Sarah's got snow. Megan in Australia, it's summer. For me here, we got a lot of rain, but the skies have cleared a little bit, a little bright blue that I can see out my window here with a little clouds. I got rained on twice, went to the grocery store, went to Petco and got Paisley some blueberry yogurt snacks, and then got her some fruit, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, blackberries, kind of like that when you go to Safeway or you go to like Winco or you go somewhere and it has like that big container of like the mixed fruit that costs like $8 to $10. I usually buy a couple of those and try to be healthier with Paisley. And then I got her a little stuffed animal that she pretty much ripped up. It's like one of those like thin raccoons that's got like the sound makers in the head and the butt, and there's not a whole lot of stuffing in the middle. But as soon as she squeaks on them for 10 minutes, they don't squeak anymore. Nice save, Decord. And then she tries to open up the head and the butt part to take the squeaker out to eat it, and then I have to pull it out of her mouth and throw it away. But those first 10 minutes that she has with that brand new raccoon or fox that I typically get her is like moments of bliss, until I pick it up and it's covered in slobber. But I know that she ended up having a great time. So John in the building, what's good? Anthony Ramirez, Raiders in the building. What's good, my brother? How are you? We're at 0-0, 16 minutes left in the first period. Kraken on a nice game win streak, game after game after game. 10 points consecutive. Joey Decord is being a beast mode, one of the best NHL goalies in 2023-2024 season. It feels good. And I have a very confident feeling that we are going to get the dub here today. And there's so many players, on the Kraken that I do enjoy. and I've been wondering, okay, if I end up getting like a T-shirt, obviously the beanie, will be the first step with some of Megan's donations that she has done before. So the beanie will be the first step. But good save. But I was trying to think to myself, like, who's my favorite player? Obviously Matty Beniers is kind of like, the phenom, player that we picked up. But I'm not sure if I don't know if he is my number one. It's like I like him, but he hasn't really produced in the way for me to like him as a number one. And I'm always a heavy goalie guy, and I love what Grew did for us last year. But I'm thinking like right now, it's pretty clear Joey Decord is my favorite player on the Kraken. I'm always going to lean towards like goalie, catcher in baseball. I like the guy. Oh, right past him, right off the crossbar. Pink, you can hear it. Dink. Oh, and Joey gets back just in time. And everyone's going to have, favorite 2 or 3 players on any roster that you have. But I would probably say, finding this goalie and, getting our season turned around, that's very big in my book. And there's lots that I like. I like the Kyler Yamamoto pickup a lot. Tata, I love that pickup. Maddie's always good. You got Bjorkstrand with Bjorky. You've got Schwartz, Schwartzy. I mean, there are just so many awesome, pieces. But I think I got to put, Joey on top. 1-0 Buffalo already? Damn. That was too quick. Come on, Kraken. Tata is yours. Nice. I like him a lot too. Damn it. Right in between Joey's legs. And he has been pretty good. But again, as long as Joey doesn't get to a point where he's given up 3, 4, 5 goals every game, if he ends up having a matchup where he ends up giving up a lot, fine. But like, let's not make it a consistent habit like we were getting with Philip and Grubauer earlier in the year with the mentals and the physicals maybe not being on point. But I still think the Kraken have kind of turned the corner. The goaltending has been, I won't say elite, but it's pretty damn close. And in this nice little win streak that we've had, and the goal scoring has been up for the Kraken. It feels like we can get to 3, 4 goals pretty easily as of late. And hopefully I don't want to jinx us and we only end up with a 1 or a 0 today, which I don't think is going to happen. But getting the 3, 4 goals and sometimes even 5 or above is actually a reality now. And back, when we didn't have good goaltending, I felt like we were getting it, but that's when we were blowing games, when we were up, 5-2, and then all of a sudden we give up 3 goals, and then it's 5-5 and overtime, and then we lose 6-5. So there were times where we were getting goals, but we weren't able to really defend in that third period. And it feels good that we're able to do that now. And come on, Seattle, help Joey out. You can't have him, trying to slap shot 10 shots within a matter of a minute and think that he's going to defend all of them. Come on now, get out of the crease. 1-0 Sabres. And we won't be a hater. Bowie needs a goal. Bowie needs a goal. Come on now. Let's get it going. Let's go. We'll see, Preston. We'll see. We will find out. I mean, we've been playing a pretty good, confident, just like no care, freewheeling, just going out there having good chemistry and good vibe. And you can always tell when a team has good chemistry and vibe on ice. It just resonates. But we were in a very bad place earlier in the year, so it feels good not to be there. So the Cubs. What do you think about that move? You already know a lot of the Asian players are going to be looking at a few teams. It seems like we always end up getting a couple on the Cubs, a couple on the Dodgers. Sometimes the Mariners will be in the running for one. 1-0 Sabres. Yeah, I mean, and obviously we already gave up a goal in the first period, which is not good for us. Normally, this is not a good sign when they score first, and and we're on the road. But I feel Joey will settle in, and if we can get them out of the crease and we can get some attempts, we'll be fine. We'll be all right. But if we end up losing the game, would I be shocked? No. Obviously a road trip, a new time zone, getting acclimated to everything. It's not the Winter Classic. I understand, you know. Let me get some more photos up while we're waiting here. Let me delete some of these. Let's go, Kraken. Buffalo already up 1-0. Not ideal, but defend the deep. We've already been in tough situations all year. Like I said, if we can just have solid goaltending, I feel we can match up with anyone. You got Dallas, you got Colorado, you got New York, you got Buffalo. You got a lot of these teams. Vegas Golden Knights. We already know how good these other teams are. And we're just trying to get into the wild card race, which we're only we're a few games back. We were in a position a few games ago, and it's going to go up and down. But it just being above 500, we got to be able to crawl before we walk. So. You a little ta-ta. Yeah, baby. Maybe we can get Maddie to get us a goal. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Down 1-0. MSU in the building. What's good? 11 shots on goal for Buffalo, which is very uncharacteristic for them. We're only 7 minutes in, and they have 11 shots. Normally, it's the other way around, where Kraken have 11, and then Buffalo maybe has 4, maybe even less than 4 at this point. So they're definitely a beatable team, but they came out with an aggression today. And it's going to be tough for us being on the road, but I still think that we're going to have a chance to get back in this. Let's get those likes up. Now, on every show, we'll try to get to 20, and then if we have the appropriate amount of people, 30, and then if we have a lot of people, then we'll go to like the 40 to 50 range. But if we can shoot for 20 to 30 likes on every video that we do, whether a reaction video or live stream specifically, then that's going to help our algorithm, and it's going to help our numbers tremendously. You wouldn't think it would be that much of a difference from having 15 likes to 20 or 20 to 30, but it is. It's all in the algorithm. So 1-0 Sabres. Come on now. Judah, my boy, how are you? So I think I caught your comment right when I was signing off. So is your birthday the same day as Paisley's birthday? I think I could have swore I saw something of that nature as I was closing the stream up last night. I could have swore something of that nature that you typed in on the last comment on the stream last night before I could respond because I already clicked the button. Daniel in the building. What's good? 1-0 Sabres. Less than 8 minutes to go in the first period. Release the Kraken. Defend the deep. Let's go, Kraken. Let's go. Icing. Come on, baby. Oh, okay. Maybe I was just going through the comments there. So, yeah, especially when you see the baby pictures, like I've taken care of her, since 6 weeks old. So to get Buffalo in the power playing, we got to find a way to take advantage and go 5-on-4 or 5-on-3. Any advantage that we can get here on the road. And I'll get more photos up for Megan and Mr. Williams when he's available to pop in. I am excited for tomorrow's matchup, though. Vegas Golden Knights and the Avalanche, the back-to-back of a TNT doubleheader. I know it's late. It's gonna big hit, big check. It's gonna be at 7 o'clock Pacific, so 9 or 10 o'clock for people in the Midwest and the East Coast, which I know is late. And obviously, once I finish, it'll be 10 o'clock my time. It'll be like what midnight or 1 a.m. for a lot of the others, but that's a great matchup. So I'm not going to skip that. Anytime I have a chance to do the Vegas Golden Knights, the Avalanche from Colorado, the Dallas Stars, those are going to be the three teams that I'm going to be leaning to do first. After the Kraken, and then obviously the Devils for Odin's son. If I know that you're a fan of a particular team, maybe Judah with Boston. If they're on, I wouldn't mind doing Boston either. So, but there'll definitely be certain teams that are more entertaining for me. Or Connor Bedard if he doesn't get his jaw fractured. It's like I know Chicago sucks, but Bedard is Bedard. Ovechkin with the Caps, Crosby with the Penguins. Shot is high and wide. Come on, Kraken, 5 shots on goal. All of them have been kind of wild. 15 shots on goal for Buffalo. They feel very comfortable on this home ice, and they feel like we're going against a team that's not Buffalo, like we're going against a team that's better than what traditionally Buffalo is. But anytime you start a road trip, like Megan said, sometimes you do come out a little flat, maybe a little jet lagged, a little tired, and it kind of feels like maybe that is the case. "16 shots on goal for Buffalo. What is this? Sometimes it takes them 2 periods to get to 16. I don't understand how they have 16 in the first 11 minutes, but I guess that's where we're at. Come on, Yanni. There we go. Good pass. If you're gonna pass, you got to be aware. Hi, Paisley. Oh, Clifton taking out Bjorky. Punch him. Come on, Bjorky. How dare they do that to our all-star? Give him a forearm smash to the nose. They're getting a little bit more physical now. I mean, we have to. If they're going to be setting the tone as the aggressor and we're just going to be passive, we are going to lose. So we need to make sure we're fighting back. And, even if we have to get them into the power play and we get I'm not saying that we need a high sticking or something like that for emotion, but nice pass. Oh, ooh, that was close. Nice save by Buffalo. Yeah, for real. She was like 5 pounds. Now she's 55. But when I actually was streaming, and when I ended up getting her the very first day and had her on stream, and I mean, we're talking literally in my hands. All right, let's get some more photos up. Let's do a couple here for my boy, Mr. Williams. He may be able to be in the stream. He may be, not being able to talk, but he's hopefully being able to take a quick peek, and I'll save some of these. Can't wait for baseball. Appreciate Mr. Williams. Oh, baby. It's going to be sweet. Clifton to Bjorky. How dare he do that? Ow! A little puka there for my boy. Stud, man. Can't wait for the Rams and Lions. And as much as I've supported the Lions, and I kind of had the idea that they were going to be a pretty fucking solid team, even going back into last year on how they ended the season. There is a strong possibility if they come out flat, they could lose that game to the Rams. I wouldn't want to be playing the Rams, the Browns, or the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. Let me tell you, because those are the three teams that could definitely upset a better ranked team or a team that some people think that are better. But if they play flat, don't be surprised if the Browns find a way, the Bills find a way, and the Rams find a way. I mean, it's very possible that those teams lose as well. But I kind of like the way that those three teams have been playing as of late. And then obviously we know with the Niners and Ravens, those are the two best teams in the NFL. Ravens being number one. Lamar will win the MVP. Offensive player of the year, probably McCaffrey. And then we'll have to decide on who ends up getting defensive player of the year. There's a few names in the hat for sure. Let's go, Bowie. We need a goal. One zero. Sabres. Oh, Joey's got to have his head on a swivel because Buffalo's coming out there like they're the Vegas Golden Knights or the Dallas Stars or the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they're going for blood. It's a very weird experience to be able to see Buffalo this aggressive, but I mean, they are at home, and if that pass was a little bit better, that was another goal. I have not. I'm looking for it though. Trust me. I'm looking. So, what's the word on the Star Wars thing that you sent me? What's going on with that? Do you have any more information? I didn't get a chance to like fully read and look at the pictures and everything because I was getting prepped for the stream and I had to make another thumbnail in the last 30 minutes because the other one didn't format correctly. Off the goalpost. 17 shots for the Sabres, 7 for the Kraken. Come on, baby. Defend the deep. Help your boy out. You can't expect him to be defending 17 shots in the first period. He's on pace for 68 shots for the game. Come on. Help our boy Decord out. Sloppy passing by the Kraken. Come on. James in the building. What's good? It's funny. I was actually just talking about it. Obviously, we know the Lions, are the better team. The Rams are young, right? But McVay is a hell of a coach, and the Detroit Lions defense is suspect. So, with that being said, if the Rams can get off to an early lead, like 14-3, they may be able to hang on into the second half and find a way. If you can slow down a little bit of Gibbs and Montgomery a little. They're still going to get in the end zone, but there's a difference between Gibbs scoring 2 times and Montgomery scoring once, or if you limit to maybe one score, from like Gibbs and Montgomery with none, and if it's something like that can happen, and then you can have a big game with Buka, Kyron goes off, it would be possible for the Rams to upset Detroit. But Detroit is a feel-good story. Big check. A really good feel-good story in the NFL this season. So you got Niners, Cowboys, Lions. But again, with the Lions, the defense is suspect at times. Cowboys, it seems like they always choke when they get to the playoffs. And then the Rams would be that sleeper team in the NFC. And then on the AFC side, Ravens, obviously the best team. The team that they don't want to face is the Cleveland Browns. That team has their number, and that might be the only team in the AFC that could beat Lamar and the Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, possibly the Buffalo Bills as well. And that's another sleeper team too. So Browns, Bills, Rams, those are going to be the sleeper teams. And don't be surprised if one of those teams or more than one of those teams ends up getting the upset. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Let's go. Drac wouldn't even let me finish talking before he had to comment, huh? Don't worry, I ain't stupid. I know football, so I might not say Buffalo right off the right off the bat, but they're in the conversation. But the defense isn't good. So you gotta understand that as well. Buffalo's defense is missing a lot of pieces, but the main difference is getting rid of Dorsey, feeding James Cook. The offense looks better, but still that defense is suspect as well. But when they're flowing, Detroit and Buffalo, and if they can put up the points, they can keep up with anybody. But when we get to the playoffs, things are going to get much more stingier, with the defenses. So we'll find out if Detroit can, keep it moving, and we'll see if Buffalo can overachieve and make the AFC Championship game. Yeah, you wish you could fight me, Drac. Nice name. 17-9 on the shots on goal. We knotted it up, baby. Yanni. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. 1-1. Yanni. I love it when people threaten me. All right, let me try to get some more photos up. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Williams. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford making big things happen with Megatron, making big things happen with Puka, making big things happen with Cooper Cup. Stafford, I see you. Yeah, baby. Puka. Yanni. Yeah. Let's go. That's the electricity that we needed. 1-1 in the first period. James is like, I got no money. Yeah, people that donate will get the photos firsthand. And then after, we go through that vibe, depending on where we're at, then I'll be able to throw some other things up depending on where we're at in the day and in the stream. Man, I had Amon-Ra, Laporta, and David Montgomery in fantasy this year, so I was a believer. I was already a believer early on, even though other people doubted. But defense still needs a lot of work. I mean, if you want to be able to get to the Super Bowl with that team, you need a better O line and a better defense overall. And then once you start filling in more gaps, Ragnow, Sewell, and then you fill in a couple more spots, get a little bit more depth, get some more defensive players to complement Aiden Hutchinson, then we'll be talking about maybe the Lions in the NFC Championship game, but that might be a little premature this year, but maybe next year or the year after, hopefully with the right draft and the right adjustments, a couple more good drafts by Dan Campbell. Yeah, I could definitely see the Lions in the NFC Championship game. And honestly, if they overachieve this year, they could get there this year. But it's just that defense worries me. Same thing with Buffalo. I feel that both teams can put up points, but if you go against a team that's got a solid defense, instead of throwing out 30 plus points a game, you might have to get to a game where it's like 2017. And can you win a game low scoring 2017? I don't know. You know, or you might end up getting blown out 30 to 17 or 30 to 13, depending on the team that you match up against. It's like if the Niners go against the Lions, I don't see any scenario in my head where the Lions beat the Niners. But you could say that pretty much for anybody. Biggest threat to the Niners is probably the Rams. Biggest threat for the Ravens is the Browns. It's the in-divisional opponents. Oh, baby, fast break. Oh, good defense by the Sabres. I mean, if the defense was better, no one would talk about it. You know what I mean? If the defense was good, we wouldn't be talking about it. But it's like, the Eagles' defense is not good. The Lions' defense can be good at times, but it's not consistent enough. It's not like you're going to have the Lions' defense in fantasy. And if you do, you're fucked. So, there's a lot of statistical categories that need to be improved. But as far as like offense, some of the most entertaining offensive players. I mean, Goff sometimes is good. Sometimes the Goff and the offense is bad. But Gibbs and Montgomery, phenomenal. Amon-Ra, phenomenal. Laporta, phenomenal. But again, Laporta with the injury and everything else. So we'll see where it goes. I do like the Lions, and I do root for them every year. I think it would be cool for them to win a Super Bowl. Lots of passionate fans, and they've had two of my favorite players, and like my top 10 with Megatron and Barry Sanders, a part of their legacy. So, yeah, I can definitely root for a team like the Lions to have success. No one wants to be shitty forever. Well, the Rams defense isn't very good either. So, yeah, I mean, it could definitely be a shootout. But as you get further along, like if the Lions played the Cowboys or the Lions played the Niners, you're probably not putting up 30, 40 points like you might be able to do against the Rams or other teams. So, and it's not like my team is good. I got the worst team in the playoffs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I didn't even want to make the playoffs these last few years, but it is what it is. I'd rather have draft capital. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first period. Seattle power play. Less than a minute to go. We got those shots on goal caught up. 18-13. Sabres still leading. Fast break. 1-on-1. Good save by Joey. Let's go. Hell of a save. Hell of a save by Joey. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, there we go. 2-1, Kraken. Ooh. Yes. That's hockey, baby. Done, baby. Let's go. Defend the deep. Release the Kraken, baby. Hey, we were down 1-0. No problem. No problem. There we go. Job done. Hell yeah. Take advantage of that power play. You just ask and you shall receive. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Ha ha. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice job. 2-1 Kraken. Way to fight after getting, pretty much dominated for the first 10 minutes on the first period on ice, and then just coming back and slapping him in the mouth. Good presence by Dunn right here, too. Yes. Burakovsky and Tolvanen. Eli. 49 to go to hit the goal. 2-1 Kraken. Let's go. Bowie loves it. Yes, sir. Defend the deep, baby. Let's get those likes up. Like I said, if people, if you can't, donate, and you're, depending on if you subbed already or not, and if you don't want to talk in the chat, the least you can do is at least, hit the like button and help the algorithm for us and the channel. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter/X as well. 2-1 Kraken. Let's go. End of the first period with a 1-goal lead. All right, let's get some more photos up. Aha! What a great first period, even though the first 10 minutes were a little shaky. That was a great start for us in the first 20 minutes, let me tell you, even though Joey gave up that goal early. Let him know, John. No one works harder, baby. Yeah. Six more to 20. Let's get there. See if I can find another fence. You want Kraken, baby. Let's go. Anything else, Megan, that you want to see? And then I'll start putting up more stuff for Mr. Williams, and eventually, he'll be able to spot in and see what I put up there for him. Sure. Hey. Kraken lead 2-1 over the Sabres. Let's go, baby. Yanni's third straight, done second straight. Love it. We're at intermission right now, 2-1 Seattle. So just throwing up photos for the people that donated. Taking care of those people first. Is that good? I would say that's good on the college ranks. Snoop. Snoop-a-loop. All right, let me hit you with my favorite USC player, or one of my top 2 USC players of all time. What up, Troy? Vintage. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna throw up a couple more for Mr. Williams. I know he's probably working and busy, popping in and out. Like, Troy was so good, even if you're, a USC lover, USC hater, if you're just, whatever it is, you like USC, you don't like them. Like, Palomalu is too elite to not like. He's like, it doesn't matter what team he ended up being on, you're going to root for a player like that. Change the game. Hit you with the blue jersey. Let me hit you with the white jersey for Mr. Williams. Two-one Kraken. Still got a few minutes before we have puck drop for the second period. There's the man. Underrated. It's because they're not, as good as they were a few years ago with Aaron Donald. Doesn't mean that this guy isn't one of the best in the world at what he does. Kind of good. Appreciate you, Mr. Williams. $50 dono, $20 dono, $70 dono. Appreciate you. $49 to go. 6 more likes at 20. Let's get there. All right. Anything else that wants to be shown for the people that are in the room? If you want anything, Sarah, or anyone else, type in the chat. I'll try to squeeze them in before we start the second period. I can always make time, so I'm pretty fast. Anything sports related or wrestling related, if you want to go that route, fire away. Jim Harbaugh? All right, let's do that. Big win for him yesterday. All right, period number 2. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines. Go, Bowie. All right, here we go. Second period about to start. Oh, that's a good fun fact. I mean, there is a possibility that they both end up winning championships in the same year. So I mean, Jim went to Michigan, but for obviously Pete and Jim having success with 3 out of the 4 teams being on the West Coast. Not saying the West Coast is the best coast, but hey, we definitely when we get our coaches, it definitely makes us stand out. And Michigan got to take advantage, and we'll see if he stays or if he goes. What's the rumor mill, Sarah, for Harbaugh? I mean, there's still rumors swirling with Belichick if he stays or if they let him go and whatnot. But I don't think anyone really knows just yet. If we're going to have Belichick there for one more year, or if they're going to move on, or if Harbaugh is going to the NFL, or if he's staying. I mean, obviously, Michigan would benefit with him staying there because then they could end up winning multiple natties, and that's more money, right? More scholarships, more 5-star players, more notoriety. Wow, just like that, 2-2, unbelievable. Joey giving up 2 goals, 1 per period. Come on now. Wow. I think it is possible that Bill stays one more year. Even though that they played like shit for years now, you know what I mean? But it all depends on Robert Kraft and his son and what they want to do, what direction they want to go. You know, it would seem like, he wouldn't be there, but I mean, there's not very many coaches that have been there for 20, 40 years with the same coach, you know? So anything is possible in New England. They're obviously very, very close. And plus, Bill is trying to be, the number one coach in wins. So that's why he's still around. That's the main reason. It's like if he knows he can't win another Super Bowl ever again, at least to be number one in wins of all time is a big motivator. We're knotted up at 2. I mean, I think for the Patriot fans, they would probably want to move on because they know they're not going to get anything out of Bill now. The message is kind of dead. So, with Bill moving on, and I don't know if I would want Harbaugh in the NFL. I know if he went to the NFL, he'd make that team better. But I kind of want that Michigan, rivalry to, keep going with Ohio State and Ryan Day and adding USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington, and for us to be able to create new rivalries and whatnot. It wouldn't be the same if Jim wasn't there, but we'll find out real quick. If we're going to have, you know, Belichick coach on a different team, or if Harbaugh ends up going to the NFL. It's just a matter of time. We're knotted up at 2, less than 18 minutes to go in the second period. 20 shots on goal for Buffalo, 15 for Seattle. There we go. 3-2 Kraken. Wemberg. Let's go. Wenberg. See you later. Yeah. That was too easy. We were down 1-0. I knew we were going to be able to bounce back, but I'm liking the aggressiveness now, being able to get 2 in that first period. Now 1-on-1, you're done right there. Wenberg. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Let's go. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health. You only have one. Do the proper things that win the day. Nice job, Wenberg. 3-2 Kraken. Hell yeah. But Brady, you get to a point where you have guys that are amazing, in sports, and a lot of times people hate certain players because they're so good, or whatever the reason is, the team or the guy, But once you start seeing the legends not be around anymore, it's weird. No Drew Brees, no Phillip Rivers, no Ben Roethlisberger, no Brady, no Peyton Manning. It's just I don't know. This younger generation of quarterbacks is nowhere near the same kind of class of the OGs. But there are some bright spots like C.J. Stroud. This season, good save. Joey tried to get it with the glove work there, but it went over the glove. You got to have such good hand-eye coordination to be a goalie and be a good one too. Come on, Kraken, get aggressive. Defend the deep, baby. Yeah, but the new legends aren't going to be Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. You know what I mean? Like some guys are going to be the best, arguably of all time in a generation. Like that's why when you look at the 80s and 90s, some of the players that played basketball, baseball, football, hockey, tennis, golf, like you're not going to replicate that greatness. Like there's going to be guys that are good and there's going to be guys that are, going to be considered elite, but they're not going to be Peyton Manning. They ain't going to be Brady, They'll be good in their own right, but not that good. I mean, the closest thing that we have to those guys right now is Patrick Mahomes, and even Mahomes doesn't really look that good this year, but it's more of the receivers than him and the OC. But hopefully they'll correct those mistakes, and we'll get the same old Patrick Mahomes next year. Because a lot of times it's going to be consistency that separates the elites and the goats from the guys that are playing now that are elite or really really good. How good can you be and how great can you be? How many years in a row? You can't just be good one year, then have a bad year, then two good years, then a bad or year, then a good year. Like you got to have some consistency there. That's how we usually evaluate the legends and the goats, and also winning the big games in prime time and winning the big games on when all the lights are on you. 3-2 Seattle. Let's go. It's like you got Jordan and Kobe, but like LeBron and KD are not on the same level. Like they're awesome, but it's not the same. It's like you had Gretzky and Lemieux, and you got guys playing now, but it's not the same. It's like there's just certain players that are just they're better. It just they're legends, and they are gonna exceed those expectations. In every generation. Every 10 years, another 10 years, another 10 years, and then we're trying to find like those guys that are the next Lemieux or the next Wayne Gretzky, and then you start to realize you're not going to see another Wayne Gretzky. You're not going to see another Michael Jordan. You'll see guys that are great, but not that great. And then hopefully we will, but who knows how long we'll have to wait till the next one, comes around. Some guys are, once every 50 years or once every 100-year kind of talent. Let's go, Kraken. 22 shots on goal for the Sabres, 16 for Seattle. Less than 15 minutes left in the second period. Yeah, you have to compare different generations. How are you going to be able to determine who's the best of all time? Based off statistics. Because the guys that are good, they could play in any generation. Like Larry Bird. Larry Bird could play in any generation and he would dominate. Just because the guys nowadays don't like to play defense and everyone shoots threes doesn't mean that Larry Bird wouldn't be able to play good now. If anything, he'd probably play better now than he did in the 80s. And he was amazing. So, I mean, is there anyone in your eyes right now that's playing in the NHL that's Wayne Gretzky? It's like you got Ovechkin, you got Sidney Crosby, you got a lot of these guys that are playing now. But is there anyone that you see on ice that reminds you of Wayne Gretzky or close to being the GOAT? I don't see anybody, not on that level. There's a lot of great names now, but not Wayne Gretzky good. Well, we would never discuss Matty with Gretzky because Matty's nowhere near being on Gretzky's level. If you're going to be talking about Gretzky, you're going to have to put him in a conversation with guys like Crosby or Ovechkin, guys that are the top dogs or were the top dogs in the last, 15 or 20 years. But even as good as Crosby or Ovechkin are, they're never going to be considered better than Wayne. Come on, Seattle. There we go. Yeah, but the thing is if we're going to be comparing names, you're never going to compare a name for someone that's brand new to someone that's a legend. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be someone that's played, and then another person that obviously if their career is over. But if you're going to be comparing careers, you're never going to compare a guy that's been playing 2 years to someone like Wayne Gretzky because you don't know. You still have time, but you have a kind of a gauge and you have a feeling. When someone's a phenom. Matty is never going to be Wayne Gretzky. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, we have to have Matty first try to be the best player on his own team before we even talk about being one of the best in the generation. You know? That's why when they do comparisons, they do like LeBron James and like Jordan or Kobe or LeBron and like Larry Bird. So it just depends on if you actually were alive and you watched back then. But the level of dominance and the level of skill, even though we have like better exercise equipment, we have diets, we have personal trainers, we have all these things, better technology. But even with that being said, if you go back and look in the 80s and 90s, for the collective talent of like the top 50 players that played in basketball, baseball, football, hockey, tennis, golf. For whatever reason, there's more legends and goats in that 20-year period, 80s and 90s, than any other period in sports. Why that is, I'm not too sure. All those players came up, all around the same time, but it's not like they had a technology advantage or a diet advantage. It was just overall, that was just the wave of players that we were blessed with with the Chris Mullins and the Karl Malones and the Stocktons and the Robinsons and the Ewings and the Jordans and the Birds and the Magics and the Gretzkys and the Lemieux and the Hulls and the Tigers and the Samprases and Andre Agassi. Like even going with guys like that, it's like I could really care less about tennis, but I know that how good those guys were when they were playing. So Michigan's back home. Also, too, it's like a good example for you, Megan, right? Steve Largent. We already know he's a legend, right? Is DK and Tyler Lockett as good as Steve Largent? And the answer is no. They're awesome, but they're not Steve Largent. So, sometimes you're just going to have certain players that play in an era that are just better. And if Steve was playing today, he'd probably be able to put up even bigger numbers than DK and Lockett if they had, the right quarterback and the right scheme. So it's like, yeah, it's a different era and it's a different time, but still statistics are statistics. And it's, depending on if it's the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or current, if you're a beast, you're a beast. If you're a legend, you're a legend, and some guys are trying to be legends, and other guys, had the legendary career like Steve. I mean, he was Jerry Rice before Jerry Rice. So 16, 14, and 9. I did see that. I did see that on the Kraken socials. Wild card race. Good save. Less than 13 minutes to go in the second period. 3-2 Kraken. Tata. Could we get a Tata goal? That would be sweet. 22 shots on goal for the Sabres, 16 for the Kraken. 3 goals out of 16 shots is damn good. Come on, Seattle. Schwartzy, baby. Let's get Jaden on the screen. Maybe we can get a goal out of him, too. Come on, baby. Let's go. So icy. Reflect in the building. What's good? Go Kraken. Tough one yesterday. I figured you were going to watch it with your son. And, I said even before the game started, if Washington's O line, can at least win the battle half of the time or, at least hang tough, they have a chance to win the game. But if the O line struggles, which they did, you're going to lose. And that's unfortunately what happened. But a hell of a year, man. And honestly, if Oregon would have made the Natty, the same thing would have happened to us. If you can't stop the run and they got O-line, D-line, defense coaching, play calling, and they don't even need McCarthy to throw the ball, like how the hell are you supposed to stop it? Like 2 running backs, like, your players were getting pancaked backwards. That's embarrassing. It's like you don't want to, like you're in the Natty and Michigan's O-line and D-line is damn good. But the last thing that you want to do is on national TV in the Natty, start to try to block for your Michael Penix Jr. and the running backs, and they blast you backwards into the quarterback or on your back. Pancaking is the O-line doing it to the D-line, not the D-line doing it to the O-line. So as soon as I saw that, I was thinking about you, and I said, uh-oh. I was like, that's not good. So you ended up winning the fantasy championship. So even though I ended up losing the fantasy championship and we both didn't get the Washington Huskies, national championship, natty celebration, at least you ended up being fantasy champion, and you had a hell of a year. And Michael Penix Jr. may slide to a better team now. If teams think that, oh, he can't do it, it's like there's not very many people that could do it against Michigan. But again, if he ends up going to a team that has a decent O line. Michigan obviously had a great one, but the Minnesota Vikings don't have a good one. So even though I think it is a good fit, I don't want him to get clobbered out there like Joey Harrington on the Lions when he first came in. So whatever team he goes to, I hope that there is a line that will give him time and then he can build chemistry. And I will root for him all the way to the end. And yeah, tough season, but sometimes that's what happens when we go against these SEC and Big Ten teams. Sometimes they're just teams of destiny, and they're just too big up front with O-line, D-line, defense coaching, and play calling, but primarily O-line and D-line. If you have amazing O-line and D-line, you don't have to have like elite players at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. You can have average to above average players, but nothing crazy, and you can still win the game because the O-line and D-line are dictating the tempo and the line of scrimmage. So and that's why Georgia and Bama were so good every single year. It wasn't because of the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. It was the O-line and D-line, and specifically the defense. A lot of it ended up being coaching and play calling also. So, oh, he got trucked bad, bro. Right? I mean, is there anything else that you would want to add based on watching the game? I break down film. I understand where it's at, but I felt like there were times where Michael Penix Jr. had guys kind of open, Rome and McMillan, and they weren't really able to go deep and test the corners and safeties as much as they wanted to try to draw a PI. And again, if you don't have time, it doesn't matter who your quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end is. Instead of having 3 to 5 seconds like you did every other game all season and was able to go through all the progressions, it's pretty much hut, hike, oh shit, throw the ball away so I don't get sacked. and that was pretty much the whole game. So, and then also with Johnson being injured, if Washington doesn't have a good balanced running game, they're never going to win. The way they win is, running the football, being effective. The play action will open up. Then he goes deep, and then everything starts flowing, and then the defense starts getting lit, and they start getting aggressive, and then everything comes together. But if you're not able to run the ball, and the O line's getting dominated, it's really hard to be like, oh, Michael Penix Jr. still, even with a shit O line, is still going to throw for 400 yards and 3 tutties in the Natty. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So I was really rooting for you guys, but I think in that first quarter, with those first big rips, from Michigan, you kind of knew the game plan. It's like they weren't going to try to throw the ball like they did with Bama with McCarthy trying to throw that pick towards the sideline, and then Penix had that one towards the sideline where he should have thrown it harder. Just a lot of little mental errors. But again, sometimes when you play a better team and you get out coached, it's tough. No one wants to go out that way. So. The jersey pull, yeah, I agree. There was definitely some calls that were not called on Michigan secondary for grabbing. I even mentioned that in the stream. There was definitely a couple big blatant calls that they did not. It's like they almost just wanted Michigan to win, but you know, just kind of a little bit outmatched on the O line and D line. But I do agree, and I don't think it's sour grapes or whining, because if I was Oregon and it happened to me in the Natty, I would be talking about it today too. I mean, that was bullshit. We're very similar on the way that we think, and based on players and what's fair, what's not fair. You know what I'm saying? But even with the calls being called, and let's say you get touchdowns or field goals off those, at the end, if all the calls were called for the Huskies, you still lose the game, unfortunately. So, bang! There we go. Another goal. 4-2 Kraken. Hey, we put them up on the screen, and there we go. Yeah, baby. Man, we're going off now. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Jaden. Let's go. Heck yeah. Four, two, Kraken, baby. Kraken games are so much more exciting when it's like we have good goalie play, and it feels like we can get 3, 4 goals almost every matchup now with that better goalie play. I mean, even if he gives up 2, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel with like a goalie, obviously trying to get shutouts every game is the goal. And then if you give up 1 or 2, that's acceptable. But anything over 2, then you start getting into a kind of like a, I don't know, bad habits type of player. Because then if you're comfortable with giving up 3, then you're going to be comfortable giving up 4. And then if the team doesn't put up 3 or 4 to match the 3 or 4 you gave up, then you're screwed. So hopefully Joey doesn't give up any more the rest of the game, and that will be tough because there is probably a good possibility that they get at least 1 more before the game is over. But if we continue to keep putting up goals and we end up the game with 6 or 7, so be it. 22 shots on goal for the Sabres, 20 for the Kraken. Less than 7 minutes left in the second period. Nice to be able to see all the different players for the Kraken chip in. 4 goals out of 20 shots. That might be one of our best percentages all year. Score above me says Buffalo 4, Seattle 2. Kraken, baby. 4-2 Kraken. You know how it goes with trolls. Troll here, troll there, troll everywhere. Ten players with a point tonight for Seattle. Let's go. Oh, it's all good, Reflect. But we got Kraken today, and then we'll do Colorado and Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow at 7. Doubleheader on TNT, and we'll do that. Then we do the Kraken and the Caps on Thursday at 4, and then on Friday we'll either take the day off or we'll maybe do Blazers and T Wolves, or maybe I'll do one of the hockey matchups. We'll decide, and then Saturday and Sunday we got a lot of NFL, and then we'll have to decide what games that we're gonna do. We'll probably end up doing one game on each day. Like if I knew that we could hit goal on both streams on Saturday and Sunday, I wouldn't mind doing it. But, probably with Browns and Texans, I'll just watch that with Paisley, and we'll do Dolphins Chiefs on Saturday night based off the time slot. That's on Peacock at 5. And then Sunday, we got Steelers Bills at 10 a.m., Packers Cowboys at 1:30, and then Rams Lions at 5, and we'll do Rams Lions. And then we'll do Eagles Bucks on Monday. So Dolphins Chiefs Saturday night, Rams Lions Sunday night, Eagles Bucks Monday night. So it'll be fun. And then if I decide to do a second game on Saturday or Sunday, I'll let you know. So 1.75. There we go. Stud. Still love him. Tough night. Doesn't define a career. All right, get your walk in. It's the trolls, man. I mean, think about how many people that I have to boot out on the regular. Like, I mean, I gotta, like I said, we want to preserve the mental health as best as we can. And sometimes too, you got to see like who you're talking to. Sometimes you're talking to someone that's 10 to 15 years old, and other times you'll just get someone that is just a troll and they're 20, 30, 40, 50 years old and they just want to argue. So sometimes you got to be able to figure out who it is. Less than 4 minutes to go. 4-2 Kraken. 5-2 Kraken. Let's go. Maddie, finally. Let's go. About time we get Maddie to score. Let's go. Aha. Nice job, Maddie. Ever since Joey Decord hit net, we're on a fucking heater, and I love it. Let's go, baby. Maddie, Maddie, Maddie. Nice job, Maddie. I think it's just because we have such high expectations for Maddie. So, we want him to be the best player that he can be based off his high draft status, a few years ago. So, 151. Let's go. 49 to go. 5-2 Kraken. This has got to be the best percentage that we've had, all year, or pretty damn close. 5 goals out of 20 shots. That's a fucking good percentage. It's definitely got to be in like the top three this season. Maybe number one. Who knows? Someone will have to look that up. Nova could be the same person. We'll find out real quick. Especially when someone gets booted and someone comes in right away. Judah, Judah, Judah. Yeah, but also too, I mean, we don't want to get too excited because we, did blow leads earlier in the year. But does like your gut make you feel like we're gonna blow leads after Joey has been in net? I feel like things have changed. Like I don't feel that we're gonna be losing as often and blowing leads like this, like we did earlier in the year with Gru in that. I feel like the confidence level and the coaching has kind of went up a tick. And I feel that like, yes, there are going to be times when we're up 5-2, right? And then they're going to come back and we're going to lose 6-5, but it ain't going to be tonight. It ain't going to be tonight, baby. Let's get those likes up, baby. I love it. We got what, 5 different guys with goals today? Let's go, Yanni. How are you doing, Judah? How's your day going? 5-2 Kraken. My day is great. Yanni, Vince Dunn, Wenbug, Jaden Schwartz, Matty Benitez. 5 different players with goals for the Kraken. This is awesome. This is like literally the thing that I would want the most. I mean, obviously getting a hat trick with a player would be cool as well, but I like it. It's like it reminds me of like the Vegas Golden Knights, the way that they play, where they try to have, the similar type of thing where they have 5 guys, 5 different goals, and show really how much depth that they really have. And then everyone feels involved. It's not just one guy, with everything, or 2 guys with 5 goals. It's, all spread out evenly. And there's a good chance we might get another guy to score before this matchup is over, or maybe a player to end up getting 2 goals that already has 1 currently. Four more likes at 20. Shout out to everyone on Twitter/X that's watching as well. This has been an enjoyable game, especially when we were down 1-0. And I know, sometimes when we go on the road, especially to start a road trip, we're flat. But again, with Gru in net and Joey in net, the vibe is totally different. And then, like I said, we've been on a heater for quite a few games now. And it's not like we're winning games 1-0 that way. It's not like we're winning that way. It's like we're putting up goals, and we've gotten a couple shutouts with Joey. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see, to climb out of the hole that we dug ourselves in early. And I feel that we are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be a hard-fought battle, but I feel that when it gets towards the end of the season, we'll be right there. We either will barely make it or we'll barely miss it. But I think that we will catch up. So much more enjoyable to watch hockey this way, Megan, when we're actually doing well, winning. The goaltending is great. Hack's tie is great, even though I haven't seen it yet. Like, everything is just, like, going the way that it was going pretty much last year for us. That's why it was so shocking to be so bad earlier in the year. Kind of like the Mariners, after we made the playoffs, we just assumed that we would make the playoffs again, and we didn't really play very good, that next season. So, and I don't know what to expect with the Mariners this year. End of the second period, 5-2 Kraken. The fans in Buffalo are booing. I love it. All right, let me know what photos you guys want, and we can throw those up. Amazing, 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 amazing. So much more enjoyable than any NBA game that's on, let me tell you. Hack in the background right there. Oh, ho. You want to do some Jaden? All right, good choice. Let's do it. Boom. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody loves Schwartzy. Yeah, I can put up some Blues photos of him too if you want. That's cool. I can do that. Might as well. Hack on the right, baby. Hold on. You ever been to a Blues game? You said you've been to some, right? Everything coming up Kraken, baby. A little sauce on it. Let's go. Throw some random ones in here too for you. Oh, nice. Yeah, he does look worried there. Yeah, aren't you happy that we had decided to shift into the NHL instead of fucking doing NBA and college hoops? Can you imagine what kind of hell we would be living in if we had to do NBA and college hoops every day? That'd be terrible. I mean, we would do it, but it wouldn't really be fun. So that has to be a part of it too, actually doing things that we enjoy that are fun. It's not going to be just about like subs, views, and money. It's like you want to make sure you are having fun and you can bring a good vibe, you know? It's crazy how terrible it is. Like, I wish it wasn't so bad, but it fucking is. Schwartzy, baby. Maddie. Yes, sir. All right, see if I can find some other hack stuff. Let's see. While we're waiting. How many more likes to 20? Our guy. Bowie likes it. Oh, I got a vintage one. Look at this. Vintage hack. Like right before he got the Flyers coaching job, right before that. Like way back. Like North Dakota. Let's go! Younger hack. Hey. That's cool. Oh, yeah. I need to be friends with this guy. He got the beanie. He got the Kraken. He got the chain on with the jersey. This guy would definitely be my friend. That is sweet. Looking like someone from Predator. Like, you can almost tell where Hack is based off his hairstyle. Like once you start looking at this type of hairstyle, you know it's like Flyers. Like when he's got the comb over type jump off, that's like more Flyers Hack. Here's one that won't fit, but still is cool. Let me see if I can get it to come over. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Hope you enjoyed those. Yeah. Got you. It's just cool to be able to see things that I'm keeping that for sure. That's one of the best, fan ones I've seen in a minute. I like this one too. Anything else going on right now in the sports or wrestling world? Any breaking news or anything going on, Sarah? 5-2 Kraken. Go. Let's go, baby. Finish strong. Oh, release it. Defend it. All right, baby. Here we go. All right, 5-2 lead. Let's hang on. Yeah. All right, baby. Let's go. Finish strong. 5-2 Kraken. Time for takeoff, baby. Let's go. That's dope. Custom Kraken plane. Ta-ta. Come on now. We need a ta-ta goal. We need a ta-ta goal on Levi. "27 shots on goal for Buffalo, 21 for Seattle." Been a nice whooping. And all that momentum Buffalo had in the first 10 minutes has disappeared. And they're definitely reeling right now. I mean, hell, their fans were even booing, which is, I mean, you're going to get fans booing more like on, the NFL side when shit goes bad. But, I mean, to feel like you're going to win the game and go up 1-0 and then have an onslaught of goal after goal after goal after goal, I get it. But it's not like Buffalo is like a top 5 team in the NHL. They went through plenty of struggles in the beginning of their year, too. But they're not on the same level as the Kraken. Supposed to be cold for the Chiefs game. What Chiefs are we going to get? The good Chiefs or the bad Chiefs? Let's go, Schwartzy. What games are you looking forward to watching the most, like all weekend? Is there any certain ones that intrigue you a little bit more, or there that you'll get a little bit more excited for as a fan? Lots of good matchups, and there's going to be upsets. So, Lions game against the Rams. Yeah, could you imagine if Green Bay actually beat Dallas? Oh my God, Dallas fans would riot. They're like, this is finally the year that we're going to be able to make it to the NFC Championship game or maybe the Super Bowl. And then they lose to the Packers. Because if that ends up happening, then Dallas will always be known as like one of the best regular season teams, but they just never can get it done, no matter how good they are. I hope they beat the Packers, though. I don't want to see the Packers beat them. They actually have a pretty solid team this year. You know, I think they've suffered enough. They haven't won anything since '95. It's like, for them to be able to win a game would be all right. Ravens. Nice to see Lamar be able to more than likely win the MVP. And I wouldn't mind if the Ravens won it all. I think it would be cool. I wouldn't mind if the Niners win. Like, I don't really mind if it just really depends, on who can stay hot and healthy. Nice save there by Devin Levi. And a lot of times, we can foreshadow and have a feeling on, oh, yeah, it's going to be Ravens and Niners. But every time we feel that we go that way, what happens? Someone gets upset, and, you have another team that ends up being hot and healthy at the right time, and then they go further than anyone ever thought. I don't know what team that could be, but I mean, there's a lot of teams have flaws. So, and home field advantage definitely will help, but in the end, O line, D line, defense, coaching, play calling will reign supreme. Less than 16 minutes to go in the third period, 5-2 Kraken. I mean, if you want the best Super Bowl, it would be Niners Ravens based off talent. I mean, regardless if you like the players on the teams or not. If you're just talking about ratings and like must see TV and the more anticipation and like not knowing who's going to win, even though a lot of people would probably still say Ravens again. But, if the Niners ended up playing them again and won, would anyone really be that shocked? Especially if McCaffrey's healthy and he scores a couple times, like that could be the difference. So, should be pretty exciting. And both teams are really good on the offense and defense. So, we'll see. Less than 15 minutes to go. Buffalo trying to set up. Little one-timer action. Come on, Seattle, get in there. Good save by Joey. Nice job, Joey. Go, baby. Get back to that Kraken hockey, baby. Let's go. Draft will be fun this year. I mean, it's fun every year, but there's a lot of great players coming out this year, so it'll be very exciting to see who gets who and who trades up and who trades down. There's going to be a lot of movement, and where Justin Fields ends up. I mean, Atlanta would probably be the best fit for him, but they need to figure out the coaching and the defense, and they got good skill position players there. I mean, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Justin Fields, but if you put Justin Fields on Atlanta and had a good coach, you could turn that team around to like a maybe a 10-win team. Atlanta could end up getting like a wild card, sooner than later. But penalty on the Kraken. Let's get the likes up. How many more likes do we need to get to 20? Cole, Burns, Gallen, Verlander, Snell, Wheeler, Strider, Webb, Freed, and Gray. I don't know if I agree with that list. That's an interesting list. They still think Verlander 4, even at this late in his career? I don't know about that. Strider at 7? I don't know. But everyone's got their opinion. Break, baby. Go, Joey. All right, baby, let's go. Finish strong, baby. Oh, wow. How many more days before your puck? Get him! Oh! What a save by Levi. Unbelievable. You got one more day to find out if you win that. Wow. 3 more likes to 20. All right, less than 12 minutes to go in the third period. Seattle very dominant today. 5 different players with a goal for the Kraken. Joey gave up a goal early on, and we looked a little shaky in the first 10 minutes, but it's been all Kraken, baby, since. 5-on-4 for Buffalo here. 30 seconds left for their power play. Well, good luck. I hope you win it. Thirteen seconds left in the power play. Less than 11:30 left in the third period. Let's go, Seattle. Finish strong. And hopefully we can get those last 3 people either from the Twitter side or from the YouTube side if people come in. And we hit over 1,600 people in the Natty yesterday, which was good. And with Sarah's help, we ended up getting to the 30 likes, and that should be the new standard, 20 to 30, on everything that we do. And then if we have a lot of people, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50, depending on, what the event is. And, if we can take advantage of that opportunity, because even if people are looky-loos, they can still hit the like button, even if they decide to leave. It's like the least that you could possibly do. Help out that person's channel's algorithm, Less than 10 minutes to go. Halfway through the third period, baby. Come on, Eberle. Good defense by Seattle. First 10 minutes were a little shaky, but again, everything has been all Kraken. Defend the deep, release the Kraken. Passing's been good. We haven't really had to take advantage of too many power plays, and Seattle typically isn't that great at power plays anyways. We were getting a little bit, out finessed maybe in the first 10 minutes, and they were definitely came out way more aggressive than I've ever seen. But, they've definitely settled in now, and now shifting lines. Hopefully Seattle can take advantage here. Play them in Seattle in March. We'll take care of them. You're the deep, baby. I just love the fact that we got 5 different people to score. Again, the only other thing that would be as cool to me would be like a hat trick with one guy, and then obviously a goal and a goal by 2 other separate Kraken members. But I think I like 5 goals with 5 different players to show the depth that we have. I like that, and hopefully that can be something that we'll see again, before the season ends a few more times, where we can hit 5 and have 5 different guys and have Joey settle in. And hopefully he doesn't give up any more goals. I would love for him to end at 2, even if that means we don't score anymore. If we score another, but we give up another, and it ends up being 6-3, so be it. But I wouldn't mind it finishing off 5-2, or if we can end up getting one more, but we'll find out. Me too. And for a player that is supposed to be like most people's Kraken's favorite player, based off the draft status, he has a little bit underwhelmed. Like I feel that he hasn't been as good as advertised. He hasn't been as good as the draft pick yet. I think he will be, but he's just starting off a little bit slower than maybe some of the other guys on other teams, based off their draft position. But we still love him, but I feel that like there's something that's missed with Maddie's game. Like we just feel that he should be scoring goals and assisting in more goals up to this point. But again, everyone, they the speed of the game, it translates different for every player. And I know at some point Maddie will more than likely be considered our best player or one of the top two. But right now, it seems like a lot of the other role players and the other players have been better than him. So I guess that's something to look forward to. When you got a guy that's amazing, a guy that could be an all-star, a guy that could be a perennial stud year in and year out, but just hasn't got there yet, but we feel that he will. But I just feel like there's just so many games this year that Maddie should have scored, could have scored, and didn't. And it's always nice to be able to, do a stream and actually have him score. Because if you actually go back, right, and if you go back and look, at the games that we've streamed together, you and me, Megan, how many games has Maddie actually scored in out of all the streams that we've done? Not many. Not many. So we'll see how it goes. You think so? But didn't you think he would have more assists and more goals up to this point based off the draft position? Like I think Kraken fans were expecting a little bit more out of his game, and it's nice that the others have stepped up. But not talking about the others, just talking about him, like just him himself. I think that he's underwhelmed a little bit, and yeah, maybe it was fatigue, maybe it was being a little tired, and whatnot. But based on drafting a player that high, it's like other players on other teams that got drafted that high, and everyone's different. I get it, but I just feel that he's that one player that I wouldn't say he's a disappointment, but I would say that a little lackluster. There's a lot more to be gained out of his game, and hopefully we get a chance to see it and watch his career blossom because he deserves it. He's awesome. It's just I'm really blessed that we've had others to step up for him because if we didn't, we'd be screwed. We'd be a shitty team. So, but I can't wait for the day where he gets better. Good save by Levi. Oh, we got a little pushing action. Yanni, so you want to fight? Greenway getting pissed. So who are your top players? Like who are your favorite three on the team right now? Yeah, maybe with experience as he gets older. Oh yeah, Hack will. Hack is going to ride him really hard too. It's like we drafted you. It's like it's like when the Kraken drafted him. It's like Seattle drafting Julio. It's like you have a lot of expectations, and when you get a guy that could be a superstar, and they start slow or mental, physical, fatigue, whatever the reason is, or Julio striking out so much, great, obviously stealing bases and playing defense, but it's like we're always going to critique the game of an elite player or a guy that could be elite, because we expect a lot from those type of players. Not everyone can be Maddie. Not everyone can be Julio, and Maddie is nowhere near the Julio level, at least not yet, but I think that he could be, and down the road, and I hope he will be. And we can just keep surrounding him around great supporting cast. And if we can get good results in net, I mean, this is what we're getting. Fantastic NHL hockey for Seattle fans and beyond. Less than 7 minutes ago. Let's get Tata a goal, huh? I know Megan would love that. Tata. Offsides on Buffalo. Tuna! Here, I'm going to throw a photo up and maybe that'll give him some good juju. Maybe we can get him with a goal. We need Tomas to finish it off. Let's go, baby. Tata sauce. Yeah, Bjorky too. But we are running out of time. But again, you can't score quickly in hockey. So Buffalo's wondering what's for dinner. They're tired. Look at them. They are beat up and they are tired. They're like, golly, we're getting worked by Seattle, they're saying. They're like, what are we going to do? Less than 5 minutes to go. Wide left. I really like our additions this year. Getting Kyler Yamamoto and Tata Sauce. You feel confident with those guys. They're not just other guys. They're guys that are bringing this team together and they're producing. So that's what makes it really special when you bring in guys from other teams and or you bring guys up. If you bring a guy up from Coachella and they start producing and whatnot, it's just nice to be able to see like moves that we made and it's working. I can't wait to see the future of this team in the next few years and where we could go. And as the Kraken have more and more success, they'll have more of those Seahawk and Mariner fans hop on the wagon. Some of them may not hop on the wagon ever, but some definitely will once they start seeing more consistency and success. Nice slap shot defended there by Levi. Good old Ron. Oh, big check. So we haven't really seen too many fights in this matchup. Nothing really to fight about with these guys. They haven't really tried to do anything dirty against us. Not like that Blackhawks game with Bedard with the fractured jaw. I've never seen so many fights in a matchup. That one had the most fights I've seen in a matchup in probably like 10 years. It was insane. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third period. 5-2 Kraken. Let's go. What a night and day difference from watching Seattle earlier in the year until now. Now knowing that we can hang on to a 3-goal lead in the third period and we can win. And the best part for me is goaltending is good because that's the number one thing for me in hockey. It's like if the goaltending is good, everything else will fall into place eventually. Obviously with the passing and the power play, and obviously good goal scoring and good teamwork and good chemistry. But again, if you're shitty in net, then the morale goes down really quick because then it's like every game you're fucking losing, or you score a bunch of goals and then you can't hang on in the third, and that's what the story was for us at the beginning of the year. But I just feel everything is really starting to fall into place, and I love it. They should be able to make a custom beanie where you can put the number of the Kraken player on the back, on a beanie. It's like you got the S in the front, and then they might have like the NHL, logo stitched in the back. But it would be cool to be able to have the number of the player of your favorite player, like on the back of a beanie, and do like a custom beanie. or a custom stitch job on the back, like, release the Kraken or defend the deep, and then like the number or something. And I know it's a beanie, so it's like, that material, but you can customize anything. You might not be able to customize it at the NHL Pro Shop or with the Kraken shop, but taking it to like a seamstress or something, or taking it to like a stitch place, like I do with my Duck jerseys. Eagle John, yeah, we're missing a lot, man. A lot of people. Seems like when certain players, teams do bad, people disappear. I haven't seen as many Chiefs fans, Eagles fans, Saints fans, and those were some of the three biggest fan bases. But not having a good year, I guess, and I guess that's the reason. We're almost wrapped up here. Less than a minute to go. Buffalo fans booing. Hey, at least they have the Buffalo Bills. Sabres might be shitty, but the Bills could overachieve. And, I wasn't really the biggest Josh Allen guy, like I've said before, but I'm rooting for him. I mean, we don't have any quarterbacks really left. Everyone's a backup. So, it's just kind of nice, to be able to see his game elevate. He's got RB1 finally. He got a good, offensive coordinator in Brady over, Ken Dorsey. So, I think their defense still is shitty, but, at least offensively, they're fun. Kraken win, Kraken win, Kraken win. There we go. Heck yeah. Release the Kraken, baby. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bowie likes it. Bang, 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 bang. 5-2. Kraken, after being down 1-0 and getting dominated for the first 10 minutes of the matchup, here we are. Defend the deep. Release the Kraken. Hack is a NHL sports god. Let's go. You may look nervous in the photo, but we got the dub today, baby. Let's go. Awesome. I can't wait to do the Kraken on Thursday. What an awesome game. That was fun. That was fun. Great way to start the road trip. 25 more subs to get to 20,200, which is nice. Shout out to everyone that came through that showed love, mad love for Megan, as well as obviously our guy, our GOAT, Mr. Williams, busy at work, but still coming in here, with 3 separate donos, a 50, a 20, and then a 70, and then Megan with the tenor. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You guys made this day absolutely fantastic, and we get to celebrate a Kraken win. So I'm going to go walk the dog, walk Paisley Pup. Hopefully I don't get rained on too much. We'll be doing the Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific time. Should be a good one. And then we'll be here at 4 o'clock Pacific on Thursday for the Kraken on the road to the Caps against Alexander Ovechkin. Can't wait for that either. You are awesome. I love you. Appreciate you very, very much. Sarah, always doing a great job as lead mod, as usual. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X. And we had a good number, obviously, with everything. So it was a successful day. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score, Kraken 5, Buffalo Sabres 2, and I'm out. Gang.